Hey, there we go. All right. Ooh, I think we're finally live on YouTube. Hey everyone, it's Patrick from Oakland Travel, and it is 3 o'clock, 3:01 on May the 20th, 2022. We are on the lower level of the Solarium, which would be basically deck 14. We are looking right over the bridge wing on the port side, and got a nice view, kind of the ocean there in the background. Kind of a partly cloudy, sort of hazy kind of day. I am in one of those weird, like, I don't know, like the, I don't know what they call these things, where you can sit and catch sun, and so it's kind of helping a little bit, but I found a good little spot right up here on the front. Actually, I guess I'm kind of on deck 15. Sorry, I'm actually on 15. That's 14 down there, what you're looking at in the camera. That's down 14 down there. The bridge wing down there is even farther. That's, I guess that's deck, what is that, deck 13? I don't know. That's one of those inaccessible areas. So, not much going on the Solarium here. There's a few people right around me. Back over here, there's one of the big, large hot tubs here in the Solarium that's directly behind me. There was nobody in there a few minutes ago, so I think Maria's in there. Had a YouTube live stream yesterday from the balcony. From our balcony on deck 6 that YouTube somehow had a problem with. So still trying to figure out what happened to that one. But hopefully today will go a little bit better. But kind of a casual day at sea. We've been kind of all over the place so far. Breakfast this morning in the Solarium Bistro right behind me, which is excellent. Had such a large breakfast, I haven't done lunch yet. I was thinking about the Park Cafe. We went through there earlier and recorded some video, and the Park Cafe definitely looks like a very enticing option. But I just ate so much this morning for breakfast, not really hungry yet. So tonight is, this is day 6 of 7, so tonight is the second formal night. So I have to put my tie back on for some more photographs that are the requisite. Everybody's just kind of milling around doing their thing on a sea day, and Sunday morning we're back into Port Canaveral. As we speak, the Grease show just started about 3 minutes ago in the Royal Theater. A lot of people on the Royal Caribbean Dining group on Facebook were asking about the Grease show, and apparently in this cruise they're only doing it on day 6 and day 7. So it's 3 o'clock today, and then I think tomorrow it is at nighttime around dinner, 7:30, 7:45, something tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. This is one of those, for some reason they waited until late in the cruise to do that one, to the last 2 sea days. So the Grease show is going on. We walked right by the main theater coming up here, and people were filing in to go into Grease. So apparently it's a very popular show. So, yeah, not much going on, just a typical sea day, the cruise life. We already got the thing this morning about disembarkation, and where they give you the luggage tags to get, to put on your luggage for getting off in the terminal, and we got the whole sheet about, this such and such time, or such and such number of whatever is at such and such time on Sunday, and all that. And we're not going to be in a rush to get off on Sunday, because we just drive back home to Orlando, and we've got a family member that's flying out of Orlando back to Atlanta, but his flight is in the afternoon, so we'll take our time on Sunday getting off. Probably one last breakfast in the Solarium Bistro. We've kind of all but given up on the Windjammer, just because I don't know, this is one of those ships that has the Solarium Bistro, one of the Oasis class, and The breakfast there is just much better than the Windjammer. And the Windjammer's got that deal where, like, when you come in, you got to wash your hands, and that tends to back up the flow of people if there are a lot of people going into the Windjammer at the same time. And the Solarium Bistro over here behind me doesn't have that problem. So, yeah, other than that, it's been pretty good. Yesterday was St. Kitts and Nevis, a very, very long walk from the ship all the way over to the cruise terminal. So anybody that's doing St. Kitts on a future cruise, keep that in mind. There is no tram, there is no shuttle. When you get off the ship at St. Kitts in Basseterre, you're in for a pretty decent walk to get to the terminal, so just be forewarned. Once you do get to the terminal, there's a lot of shopping there, several restaurants. That's, of course, where all the cruise excursions start from, so there are several different meeting points for the cruise excursions and everything. So we had a good day yesterday. We did our excursion, which was the scenic railway that goes around St. Kitts. That was interesting. And we were back at the terminal area around 12-ish, 12:30. Did the requisite t-shirts and all that stuff in one of the souvenir shops. And then we were back on the ship, and we were done with St. Kitts. So, a good cruise, just living that cruise life. The camera, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. I guess if you look in this bottom corner down here. But the seas are very flat, very calm, which is good. Not a lot of wind, from what I can tell. You know, there are certain parts of the Solarium that are open, right? And you can kind of tell sometimes when it's very windy. And it doesn't feel like it's very windy, so pretty good weather. Heading back to Port Canaveral. So, yeah. Already looking forward to the next cruise, which for us will be in September. Hey, Judy. Yes, the wonderful Harmony Solarium. Deck 15 looking down onto deck 14. Just kind of one corner of it. We're on the port side, in case you're wondering. So you see a couple people right there walking out onto the port bridge wing. I think there's even a person sitting out there on a chair. If you look kind of right there, there's a person sitting there on the chair out on the bridge wing. Which, I guess, one of those smaller chairs, you kind of wiggle it through the door and take it out there and sit. It's pretty bright out there, so I hope he's got some sunblock. So, Judy, how are you? I'm kind of monitoring the Wi-Fi here. So far it's doing pretty good, so hopefully it'll keep going for our live stream. It's been a little bit hit or miss over the course of the cruise. But for the most part, it's held up pretty well for doing a live stream, which is a little surprising. But in a good way. We were on the Rising Tide bar earlier, and I had a... what the hell was it? It was a gin-based drink. Judy says, hanging in for being on land. What did I have? Oh, cool as a cucumber. If you're on the, if you come on the Harmony of the Seas and you go on the Rising Tide bar, do the cool as a cucumber. If you like gin, I forgot exactly what's in it, but it was very, very good. That's been one of the kind of the cool things is like go around each one of the bars and check out their, you know, their individual recipes and stuff like that. Judy says jealous of where you are. Yep. Let's see here. Dining. Let's go to the bars. Let's see. Oh, we did the Bionic bar earlier. That was good. I think I had the ET on that one. Pretty good. Here we go, Rising Tide. So let's look at the menu. I had the Cool as a Cucumber, Bombay Sapphire Gin, Saint Germain Liquor, lemon juice, simple syrup, and muddled cucumbers topped with club soda. Very good. Highly recommend it. The Caribbean Mule is always a good backup. I think my wife had that. So hitting all of the points of interest. There's a huge wedding going on in Dazzles. Yeah, the Bamboo Room. Oh man, I'm trying to remember the drinks we had in the Bamboo Room. It was January, so it was a few months ago. Something Swizzle comes to mind. So when you get in the Bamboo Room, look for something Swizzle on the menu. That was good. They make a hell of a mojito, I can tell you that. They had, maybe it was the Bamboo Swizzle. That might have been it. The Bamboo Swizzle. So if you're on, when you get to the Bamboo Room on the Mariner, look for that on the menu. We stopped at Coca Key. Yes, we did on Monday, right out of the gate. So we were there. The requisite 8:30 to 4:30, I think. I've noticed with Coca Key that they will only let you stay on the island 8 hours. That's it. And it's usually pretty predictable in the morning in terms of what time you get there, what time you get off the ship, and then of course 8 hours later, so 8:30, 4:30, something like that. Oh, another interesting thing about the Bamboo Room, there are 2 clocks that are on each side of the bar. They're sort of built into the wall, and they have this like virtual display of a macaw, like a big parrot, one of those the tropical birds, right? And at the top of every hour, I think, he makes like noise, and so when you're in there and you're sitting there at the bar, the first time he does it, it's likely to throw you off. It's kind of an interesting experience. And there's 2 of them. There's one on each side of the bar. It's a weird display. It's a weird setup, so it's kind of an interesting little feature. The Bamboo Room has, like straight out from the bar, they have a little bit of seating in there. The overall, the place itself is not that big, so, but it's one of those big circular wraparound bars. So there are enough places to maybe 6, 7, 8 people tops could sit around the bar. No, not the Amazon. I think it was like a tropical macaw. I think it's one of the macaws. I forgot which one. But it was kind of interesting because it wasn't a real bird. It's sort of like it's like a little video of a bird making the noise, and it's sort of built into this LED display or something that's in this thing on the wall. And so the bird will go off like once an hour at the top of the hour. It's a very interesting thing they're doing there. They have very cool kind of costumes in the Bamboo Room. So they have a very tropical looking kind of shirt, uniform, little straw hats. It's a cool little place. Turned out to be one of our favorite spots on the Mariner of the Seas during the cruise. Here on the Harmony, the Trellis Bar is always a good option. We like that place for dinner. The Schooner Bar is very good. The Schooner Bar has a drink called oh God, what is it? I may have to look it up. It's the John something or other. There's 2 of them. There's a John Collins and a Sandy Collins. That's what it is. So let me go back to the old Royal Caribbean app here. Let's see, bars and lounges, Schooner Bar. Here we go. Menu. Okay, the John Collins. This is the one I've been getting. The John Collins is Tito's vodka, club soda, lemon, and powdered sugar. The Sandy Collins is Canadian club whiskey, ginger soda, lemon juice, and maple syrup. So they're pretty similar. Let's see, what else do they make? They make a daiquiri, is it a daiquiri? No, it isn't a daiquiri. I'm told, by the way, that their wine in Schooner Bar is very good, from one of the family members that drinks wine. Let's see, they got a. If you scroll through the app, they have a huge selection in here on the Schooner Bar. I'm not a wine drinker, so I don't know any of this stuff, but there's a ton of stuff in here. Let's see. Judy says, I've watched several videos of Mariner. I really enjoyed Sam with the afternoon trivia game at the Schooner Bar. You know, the funny thing is, Schooner Bar, they do a lot of trivia there. We've stumbled into a couple of the trivias on the Harmony here by accident. Thinking Schooner Bar is going to be a good place to get a drink. Come around the corner off the elevator, and everybody's in there. There was another drink I was going to tell you about at the Schooner Bar, but now, ironically for us personally, on the Mariner, we went to Boleros most of the time. So we spent a lot of time in Boleros on Mariner. So that's always a good choice. So Judy says, I love karaoke on air. I have a funny story about that. So when you get on Mariner, take a look at the Playmakers. So it's on Promenade, across from Cafe Promenade on the Mariner of the Seas. So we were just on there in January, so it's fresh in my wife's head from that. And so we get on here on Harmony, and we walk by the on air on the Promenade, and Maria was like, why can't they make that a Playmakers? That would do so much better, than the on air thing. And I told her, I said, if they were to put that up, switch that out to a Playmakers, there'd be no place for them to do karaoke. So some people would have a problem with that, because the karaoke is very popular on here from what I can tell. We've been in on air once to get a drink, because from our room on deck 6 forward, on air is the closest bar to our room. So if I want a quick drink, I have to come out of our stateroom, go down one to the Promenade, right there to on air. I can get a drink and then right back up to the room. So that's the extent of what I've seen of on air. I think we walked in there once to maybe record a little bit of video, but I don't think anybody was performing. It's a nice little place in there, though. The one area we haven't spent much time in so far is deck 4, where the jazz club is, and Studio B and so forth. So yeah, I imagine it was packed all the time. I mean, people seem to love their karaoke, so I get it. But it's 3:20 now. It feels like it's picking up a little bit around me, like behind me. You can't see it because this thing's in the way, but I'd be willing to bet that there are more people behind me in the hot tub. So obviously this lower deck down here of the Solarium, you don't really see too many people, but I can tell from the activity behind me that it's picking up a little bit. Yep, mid elevator. Yeah, actually, here on Harmony, on air is close to the forward elevator, because we're all the way forward. So for us, that's the closest elevator and stairs. So at the other end, the mid elevator, so to speak, it would be where, like the Bionic bar is back that way. So, but oh, interesting, by the way. If you're diamond level and you have the vouchers on your account, because you get four drink vouchers per day per person, and each voucher will cover a drink up to $13. So if you're diamond level and you have those vouchers do not work at the robot bar. They will charge you full price, and they will put it, well, unless you have a drink package, but they'll put it on your account. So the vouchers do not work. So We found out about that this morning, or this afternoon, lunchtime, whatever. It's one of the best features of hitting Diamond status Crown and Anchor was getting the drink vouchers. So now every time we go cruising, we get four vouchers per person per day. So I get 4, my wife gets 4. The only thing interesting is we have to tell the bartenders that we want to use the voucher on our account. Well, Judy, take care. It was good to see you again. And yeah, I got one more live stream tomorrow, probably around the same time, around 3 o'clock. And then on Sunday, we are back into Port Canaveral. I will start working on my cruise review. And I don't know if I'm going to do a ship tour. There's a couple of areas that we haven't been in yet. I feel like a lot of other YouTube channels have done ship tours on Harmony. So I think I may just stick with the cruise review and then to go ahead and get started on the vlog series. So I'm still debating what to say about the embarkation process at Port Canaveral before you even get into the terminal. So I'll have to think through that one because it was kind of a mess. We went to guest services today and I told them about it, and they submitted something internally to look into it. So the one thing that came out of that was interesting is that the embarkation process at Port Canaveral, where they check all your documentation before you can even get into the terminal, that whole exterior part is all run by Port Canaveral. So Royal Caribbean they don't really have any say-so in it per se, but I guess they can voice their opinion about it. So kind of interesting little conversation with one of the officers when I sort of relayed to him what we ran into on Sunday getting onto the ship, and then I showed him one of the pictures that I took from standing in line all the way at the very back. And so yeah, I'll probably work on that once we get back home, get back to the studio in Orlando. So like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you can tell, but if you look in this bottom corner down here, the seas are very flat, very calm today. Not too much wind. I'm not really sure exactly how fast we're going. We still have a whole nother day to get there. So, you know, the Oasis class ships are so big and they're so heavy and they sit so deep into the water that it's such a smooth ride. It's like a gigantic office building on water, right? So hardly anything like sort of shakes the ship. Sure. Judy, yeah. Go to oaklandtravel.agency and I've got a contact form on there. So it's oaklandtravel.agency is my website. And yeah, I got a contact form on there, and just submit something through there and I'll get back to you. And we're over in Oakland, Florida, so we're on the western edges of Orlando. So probably not too far from you if you're on the West Coast. I would certainly be happy to do whatever I can to help you. So we have, let's see, what is this, May? Wow. Like 90 days until our next cruise, which is a big one. 14-night transatlantic Arctic repositioning cruise that goes from Copenhagen, Denmark, back over to Boston. And it makes stops in Norway, 1 stop in Norway, 3 stops in Iceland, 3 stops in Greenland. So that's going to be early September. Looking forward to that one. I don't know if I'm going to do any live streams on that one, because I don't know what the quality of the Wi-Fi is going to be. And oh, just down over near Tampa, so just down I-4 from us. Good old I-4. Gotta love it. So we're going to be over in Tampa at the Mid-Florida Amphitheater to see a concert in a few weeks in June. So we get over to Tampa every once in a while. We can go 429 down to I-4 and be in Tampa in no time. But the cruise in September, I don't know about the live stream because we're going to be, I don't know. We'll have several days at sea. I'll have to play that one by ear. I don't know that I'm going to want to try to plan any of that out ahead of time. Because if the Wi-Fi is as bad as some of the older Royal Caribbean ships that we've seen in the past, the live stream is not really going to be possible. I'm pretty lucky here on Harmony because the quality of the Wi-Fi is good enough that I can do a relatively normal live stream here, and you can kind of see fairly clearly what I'm pointing the camera at and so forth. So we did one of the live streams last year on Adventure of the Seas, and it was ooh. So, and we're going to be on Voyager of the Seas, which is even older. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes in September. We'll definitely record. Judy, take care. It's good to talk to you. I hope to talk to you soon as well. We'll definitely be recording some good live vlog footage in September because when we looked in the cruise planner, the list of shore excursions that are available for that cruise is just off the chain. Because you're going to Iceland, going to 2 days in Reykjavik and then 1 day on the northern part of Iceland up on the northern shore. Ironically, there are no shore excursions available for Greenland, which kind of makes sense if you think about it because it's Greenland. It'll be cool to get off the ship and see it, but we're probably going to get off the ship in Greenland and be like in some sort of little fishing village or something. So I don't know that they're going to have infrastructure for doing shore excursions. So we have a huge list of excursions available for the stop in Norway and of course the stops in Iceland. So we'll once we get home from this on Sunday, we'll immediately start planning that one for the Voyager of the Seas, September 4th. So that'll be good. And then after that one, we do the Celebrity Beyond on March 19th of 2023. Really looking forward to that one because depending on how this, that'll be our first celebrity cruise. And depending on how that goes, I don't know. We might make the jump over to Celebrity. We'll see. I'm really looking forward to that one. So, and then beyond that, I don't know. We'll probably go back to Europe in the fall of 2023. Spend a couple of weeks in England, Ireland, and Scotland. That's kind of on the drawing board. And then, I don't know. I don't know when the next cruise would be beyond the Celebrity Beyond. So. But I will put a plug in for Royal Caribbean on one thing, and I'm sure Celebrity has this as well, but right here in a pretty good prominent spot on the promenade of the Harmony of the Seas is the next cruise desk. And the next cruise desk is definitely a very viable option for doing a future cruise because you're basically sitting down with essentially a travel advisor from, they're Royal Caribbean crew members, but, they're essentially a travel advisor. And, they've got the full book in front of them in terms of what's available, the full deployment schedule of all the Royal Caribbean ships worldwide, everything. And, you can sit there and sort of plan out exactly what you want. It's basically sitting down with travel advisors. You plan out like what you want, where you want to stay on the ship, what type of stateroom do you want, ocean view, do you want a suite, do you want a interior, do you want balcony, so you kind of plan all that out. And then it's a very minimal deposit to basically lock in the cruise. So the deposit is like maybe $100 a person. So like, and it goes on your SeaPass account. So it's essentially your current cruise, throw a couple $100 on there, and you can get locked into your next cruise. And another added benefit is they will throw quite a decent amount of onboard credit on there. Potentially hundreds of dollars per person, so maybe as much as about $600 for a couple they'll throw on there for onboard credit. So if you're not already working with a travel advisor but you're on a Royal Caribbean cruise and you're thinking about something in the future, you might want to look at the next cruise desk. It's definitely a good option. We did it, we've done it a couple times in the past before I became a travel advisor, when we were still just regular old, just regular old passengers with everybody else. And it's a pretty good experience. It's very nice to be able to just sit there and take your time with one of the crew members and really walk through your options. Because like I can tell you from the travel advisor perspective, sometimes I'll be talking to someone and they'll really want to just go through, because they want the perfect vacation. So they'll really want to go through all the different options, like what days of the week, what ship, what city, when to go, what time of year to go. Just all these different things that come into account. And then of course pricing. And because pricing for a cruise is crazy. There's so many different options available in terms of promotions that could be taken advantage of, the types of staterooms, where on the ship the stateroom is located, what time of year. If you go with one of the larger, more established travel advisor companies, sometimes they'll book group cruises. So they'll block out an entire section of rooms, like a big section of rooms for like a popular cruise. And then they sell into that, and they can sell into that block at a reduced rate. So you get that going on. So if you're not already working with a travel advisor, you might consider it. And one of the beauties of working with a travel advisor is that you don't pay anything. You don't pay any sort of a fee. What happens is the travel advisor is paid a commission after the fact, usually after the cruise is over. But the cruise lines just have it sort of built in as an expense. And so if the booking comes in from a travel advisor, they pay out a commission. And that's how they get paid. So they should never be asking you for a fee or anything like that up front. It should be free to use a travel advisor. And you go to them for all of their knowledge, experience, their access to the booking system, where they can see all of the different things that are available, all the different promotion codes that are available, everything. So we'll plug there for travel advisors. But like I said, the next cruise desk is also a good option if you are not sure, but you happen to be on a cruise and you're thinking you might want to lock in a future cruise and get a pretty good onboard, amount of onboard credit, a couple $100 to your CPAS account for your current cruise, and you lock in the future one. So keep that in mind. That was Maria that came over. Hey, are you over there?
Yeah.
How's the hot tub situation?
Good. A few more people just got in, but I pretty much reached my max that I should be in.
Shouldn't be in there any longer than a certain amount of time, right?
You only should go in for 15 minutes at a time.
Oh, only 15 minutes?
What time is it?
It is 3:34.
Yeah, I definitely exceeded that.
Only 15 minutes, really?
Well, just because it's hot.
Oh, well, I know I've seen some people in some of these hot tubs that have been there a whole lot longer than that. At the recommendation.
But, a couple other people got in and I started talking.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, I got to get out. I reached my max.
Reached your max. So, one of the beauties of the cruise is you try to figure out there's so much food. So it's like trying to figure out, okay, what do I am in the mood for? Park Cafe. We were thinking about going down there and getting like a little salad or something. They have excellent like sort of deli sandwiches. And the interesting thing is, at least on this cruise, they are still serving lunch essentially all the way up until 5 o'clock. So another hour and a half. So I could still go down there and get something from there. Of course, you got Sorrento's doing pizza down at the Promenade. Cafe Promenade has a very small little display window with a few items in it that are mostly just little sweets. So like little desserts, cookies, a couple of like little sandwiches. Just to tell it like it is, Cafe Promenade is going to be one of those things, and I'm going to ding them on a little bit, only because it's just tiny. There's nothing there. So I don't know if that's where they intended to take what ordinarily would be in Cafe Promenade and split it between that and maybe Park Cafe, or or maybe they're trying to get you to go to Windjammer. I don't know, but like we just came off of Mariner of the Seas. The Cafe Promenade there is twice the size of the one here on Harmony. So, but on Mariner of the Seas, it is more prominent and has more real estate, and it's more of a, I don't know, destination, I guess you could say, than on here. On here, it's sort of wedged in between like the guest services desk on one side and Kate Spade or something or other on the other side. So, but you have plenty of food options. So, I don't know. I'll have to think through that carefully as I put together the cruise review. But you got a hot dog place out on the boardwalk. You've got Johnny Rockets back there, which I think there is a fee for that. Or I guess it's a la carte menu. I've never eaten at Johnny Rockets, so. Let's see, up on deck 15, you've got Mini Bites, which was not bad. We had like some sort of lunch up there a few days ago. There's the Windjammer. Yes, there's always places to eat around the ship. So we're in that, kind of mid-afternoon thing here where it's like, you got dinner tonight, if you had a big breakfast, like some little snack, something or other. So, just kind of living the cruise life. I don't know if I can see, let's see if I can angle the camera a little bit here. There's a couple guys out there on the bridge wing. Yep, they're out there kind of hanging out. There was a person sitting in that chair, but they're no longer there. There's kind of behind me. You can see one of the guys taking people's drink orders and stuff. There were several people sitting over here to my right, but they're no longer there. Oh, so we got pretty calm, flat seas going on out here. It doesn't seem like we're going that fast. So I'm not really sure what our current speed is. But I think that's going to do it for today. So I'm going to do another live stream tomorrow, 3 o'clock. I think tomorrow we're going to go back to the Promenade, maybe. I don't know. I might come back up here to the Solarium, so I'm not sure yet. I'm pretty sure it'll be 3 o'clock. I'm just not sure which location. So I may try to find a good spot by the pool deck. So we haven't done a live stream from the pool deck yet, so maybe I'll go back there too. So I don't know. Make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on so you'll be notified when I do go live. It should be around 3 o'clock tomorrow on May the 21st, 2022. Be sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and see you on the next one.